Hi, my name is Sonia, and today I'm asking Londoners what they think about the EU referendum. Should Britain stay in the EU or not? And why?
Yeah, I think it should stay in the EU because it's so important for trading and all of the businesses that we have. I definitely see myself as a European. I really like that it's a lot easier to travel around Europe being in the EU, and I feel like that would be a lot more difficult if we weren't in the EU.
Yes, I think that UK should stay, and I think it's because it's easier for people around the world to travel here and other way around, and also for economy of the United Nations. And I think it's like the good opposite force of the USA and Russia. On the other hand, they're all European countries together. In economy, in traveling, in studying, in everything. And if UK as such a great force leaves, it will leave unbalanced. It will be like unbalanced European Union. I think so. So I think maybe other countries would consider leaving too, and it would be a mess. So I think maybe that if UK stays, then I think all countries are together because UK is a huge force in Europe. So yeah.
No, I don't think we should be in the EU at all. The EU, I think, is a closed-shop community. I think each state is looking after its own interests. I don't think it's in Britain's interest to stay in, especially as we pay them 50 billion a year. Yes, I think so. I think one travels abroad quite a bit these days, so it's not unusual to feel some sort of relationship with our fellow members. So I don't think that is a problem. It's just the fact that the community, when it was first set up, was the idea of improving trade relations and things like that. And now I feel that the EU rules our lives, and really I just think Mrs Merkel runs the whole of Europe, and that's why I think it's so wrong, really. Other states don't really have a fair say in what's going on in the whole of the European community.
I think it definitely should stay in the EU. I think the EU is our biggest trading partner, and our banking sector will be stronger if we're still a member of the EU. And on top of that, I think politically we're stronger as a union of countries rather than taking an isolationist stance, especially to deal with things such as the EU migrant crisis and problems such as Putin in Ukraine and stuff. I think if we take a united approach with our allies rather than isolating ourselves off, it would be better.
I think UK should stay in the EU because the way the world is going right now, the threat of international terrorism and also just jobs and movement of people across borders and whatnot, I think it would send a message, an isolationist message, if we decided to pull out of the EU. It would feel like we were saying we just want to be by ourselves, and I don't think that's a good thing.